Welcome to New York Baseball Today, the show that you, the fans, control. Every weekday at 3 p.m. on SNY.TV, our panel, The Bullpen, is warmed up to answer your Mets and Yankees questions of the day. I'm Ted Berg from SNY.TV. Joining me in the bullpen via our bullpen phone is SNY and MLB.com analyst Harold Reynolds. Harold, thanks for calling in today.
Hey, Ted, my pleasure.
Let's start right off with the Mets call to the bullpen from Roger in Short Hills. After the huge two-game set for the Mets against the Phillies, how do players refocus for the next series in Florida?
Well, you focus because it's the end of the year, and your goal is to get to the playoffs. And as tight as this race is, I don't think there's anything that really needs to motivate you. Plus, the other thing, they go into a club, Florida's not fully eliminated yet. And I know they didn't play as well as they'd like to in Atlanta over that last series, but I still think, they got a chance to have some impact on the race.
And the Mets are off today. As a player, what do you do on a day off besides travel, to prepare?
Rest, man. You sleep, you eat, maybe go to a movie, and just kind of get away. I think more, at this point in time, days off are more mental than they are obviously physical, because you're at the point now you're going to play regardless.
Let's move over to the Yankees call to the bullpen from Jessica in Hicksville. Will the Yankees be out of it by the time they finish their next road trip?
Well, they sure playing like it. I didn't anticipate them to be struggling like they've been struggling, but I still think there's enough head-to-head games where they play teams they're chasing to have a big difference. The club to watch out though for is the Blue Jays, and been saying that for a week. And if you look back to the last series they just played, that's indicative of how they can impact the race.
And now, Harold, the special bonus call to the bullpen from me, Ted in Brooklyn. Instant replay in baseball starts tonight. How's that going to affect the game?
Well, it's interesting. I'm curious as to what's going to happen. I like it, but there's not really. We're making a huge deal out of maybe 20 plays out of the course of the whole entire year, 162 games, 30 teams playing. It's not really a lot of plays that come up, but when they do come up, I think it's important that they get the home runs right.
Cool. Harold, thanks so much for joining us today.
All right, my man. Thank you. Have a good day.
Remember, email us your Mets and Yankees calls to the bullpen at baseball@sny.tv. Be sure to mention your name and your city. The Mets are off tonight before they kick off a series in Florida tomorrow at 7:10. Oliver Perez taking on Chris Bolstad. And the Yankees are in progress trying to salvage the last game of their series with Boston before starting a 3-game weekend set with Toronto at the stadium. Don't forget, for all the latest on the Mets and Yankees and to join in the discussion with fellow fans, check out MetsBlog.com and WasWatching.com. We'll see you tomorrow on New York Baseball Today.